Hi, I'm Gumby. I think. What's up? What's up, everybody? Happy Halloween. Is that a thing? I don't know. That feels terrible. But happy Halloween, everybody. I know it looks like I have this big smile on my face. Unfortunately, I have some things that are going on that are, kind of putting me in a bad mood. So I'm kind of glad to have this right here. But yeah, so there are some good things though. So I want to start off with the good because the good does help the heart. The good is that we are at 8 subscribers. Again, I can't tell you how appreciative I am that somehow I'm worth a subscription. I honestly, I don't know why you do it, but but thank you. I really do thank you. Now the bad news and why I've kind of been away for the past few days is I made a poor decision by backing up and relying a lot of memories and such onto an external hard drive that it's no longer working. So I do have a good portion of stuff like scattered around, like a nice portion of things like videos on my phone and videos on other devices, videos on, like a couple of micro scan discs. So I'm gonna have to sort through it. Hopefully I have at least 80% of those, important things that were on that hard drive. But yeah, I'm kind of in shambles to be honest with you. I was trying to back up everything over the weekend. I mean, because I knew it was all on its way out because it would hardly read anything. I couldn't really like back up the data, without it taking hours upon hours. Like it took maybe like a whole day to get 40 gigs or so off of the hard drive. So I honestly, I don't know what to do. But it is Halloween, so we're gonna brighten up our spirits with some haunted real estate, baby. So we're gonna look at some houses. We're gonna look at, actually, scratch that. I was going to just say one video, but it is Halloween, and in the spirit of Halloween, as you know, networks such as the Cali Beach Network like to do double features for Halloween. So we're going to do a double feature today. So hopefully you didn't click off already, which I wouldn't blame you if you did. But let me go ahead and take this mask off. I'm sure there's somebody out there that probably like, man, we want Gumby. We prefer Gumby over you. I know Gumby is a lot better looking than I am. So we're gonna put these headphones on and we're gonna get busy. Let me see here. We got our screen recording already sorted out. Beautiful. So yeah, let's check out the top 10 haunted houses.
These are the hotspots where ghosts come out to socialize. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 famous haunted houses. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Ding.
For this list, we're taking a look at homes around the world with twisted backstories and reports of paranormal activity, suggesting that they might actually be haunted.
Ooh.
Just to clarify, we're only exploring houses on this ghost tour, so don't expect to see the Stanley Hotel. Number 10, Lalaurie Mansion, New Orleans, Louisiana. Much like the mansion she lived in, Delphine Lalaurie might have seemed classy on the surface. Behind closed doors, though, she was an unspeakably inhumane slave owner. This wealthy socialite's crimes were exposed on April 10th, 1834, when a slave set her Royal Street house on fire. When the public learned of the slaves Lalaurie had tortured and possibly even murdered, they chased her out of New Orleans and she fled to Paris. Over the years, her 3-story mansion has served as a school, an apartment building, and much more. Actor Nicolas Cage even briefly owned it before going bankrupt. Nobody seems to stay at the mansion long, however, leading many to believe that it's cursed. Number 9. Blickling Hall, Blickling, England. This Norfolk country house is speculated to be the birthplace of Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII. Although the Queen of England gave birth to Elizabeth I, she couldn't fulfill Henry's desire to have a son. As their marriage reached its breaking point, Boleyn was charged with adultery, incest, and conspiracy to murder the king. While many historians believe these charges to be fabricated, Boleyn was still executed by beheading on May 18, 1536.
Is that what the B is
It's rumored that
beheading?
Boleyn's headless ghost annually appears at her birthplace on the anniversary of her death. That's why the National Trust ranked Blickling Hall as the country's most haunted house. Number 8. House of the Seven Gables, Salem, Massachusetts. This colonial mansion was built by Captain John Turner in 1668 and remained in his family for 3 generations.
This is which town?
The house's unique design and history would provide the inspiration for author Nathaniel Hawthorne's 1851 Gothic novel, The House of the Seven Gables. Today, the house operates as a museum that offers educational programs. Given the novel's eerie atmosphere, it's only fitting that the house has also been the setting of some alleged paranormal activity. Various guests claim to have seen the ghost of Susan Ingersoll, Hawthorne's cousin, who previously lived in the house. Another tourist even snapped a photo of what they believe to be a ghost boy lurking in the yard. Number 7. Molly Brown House, Denver, Colorado. Margaret Maggie Brown not only survived the 1912 sinking of the RMS Titanic, but also encouraged the lifeboat crew to turn back and rescue others from the wreckage. Because of this, she was dubbed the unsinkable Molly Brown. Although she passed away in 1932, it's possible that Brown was unsinkable even in death. It's been reported that her spirit still resides at her old house in Denver, Colorado, which was restored in the 1970s and is currently a museum. Visitors have also smelled pipe smoke, suggesting the presence of Molly's husband, James Joseph Brown. Other alleged apparitions include a female in a Victorian dress and other members of Molly's family. Number 6. Myrtle's Plantation, St. Francisville, Louisiana. Now a bed and breakfast, the Myrtle's Plantation is promoted as one of America's most haunted homes. General David Bradford built the house in 1796, supposedly on an ancient Tunica Indian burial ground. A Native American girl was actually one of several manifestations that have been spotted at the plantation. The ghost who's gotten the most attention, however, would have to be Chloe. According to legend, Chloe was a slave owned by Clark and Sarah Woodruff. After getting her ear cut off for eavesdropping, Chloe baked a poisonous birthday cake, which she fed to Sarah and her 2 daughters. As a result, the other slaves hung Chloe and threw her dead body into the Mississippi River. Number 5. Whaley House, San Diego, California.
Wow, I could drive
In 1852, Thomas Whaley witnessed the hanging of James "Yankee Jim" Robinson, who had been convicted of grand larceny. Years later, Whaley built a 2-story Greek Revival house out of bricks on that exact site. In addition to being the first house of its kind in San Diego, the Whaley residence also functioned as a theater, courthouse, and general store. Most significantly, it's rumored that the ghost of Yankee Jim haunts this historic house. He's apparently not alone either, as his daughter Violet Whaley supposedly committed suicide on the property in 1885.
That's crazy.
When Thomas and his wife reunited with her in death, it's believed that their spirits remained in the house, now a museum. Number 4. Winchester Mystery House, San Jose, California. This extravagant mansion was the home of Sarah Winchester, the wife of firearm manufacturer William Wirt Winchester. When William died, Sarah became the heiress to his $20 million fortune, but also supposedly inherited the figurative blood on her husband's hands. As legend has it, Sarah believed that the souls who had been killed by the Winchester rifle were haunting her from beyond the grave. Taking a psychic's advice, Sarah fled from the spirits by moving to San Jose, where she built a house consisting of over 160 rooms. The Winchester Mystery House, which now offers guided tours, has allegedly been a magnet for paranormal activity. Sarah Winchester's story also inspired a 2018 movie starring Helen Mirren. Number 3. Lizzie Borden House, Fall River, Massachusetts. Lizzie Borden stands out as one of American history's most infamous figures, having been tried for murdering her father and stepmother with an axe in 1892. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that the house she once lived in potentially has some ghostly baggage. A century later, in 1996, her father's house at 92 2nd Street in Fall River, Massachusetts, was converted into a bed and breakfast. Numerous guests have visited the B&B in hopes of catching a glimpse of Lizzie's and her parents' spirits. If you're worried about getting 40 whacks, maybe sleep with one eye open.
Yeah.
Number 2, the Amityville Horror House, Amityville, New York. If you haven't read The Amityville Horror by author Jay Anson, chances are you've at least seen one of the several film adaptations. This horror franchise actually originated from 112 Ocean Avenue, where Ronald DeFeo Jr. shot 6 of his family members to death. In 1975, just over a year after these gruesome murders, George and Kathy Lutz moved into the house with their 3 children. But 28 days later, the Lutz family departed after allegedly having several run-ins with the supernatural. In 2017, an anonymous buyer purchased this notorious dwelling for $605,000, about $200,000 below the asking price. We can only hope the new owner doesn't run into any vengeful demons. Number 1, the White House, Washington, D.C. It's amazing to think that the most iconic house in the U.S. is also, arguably, the most haunted. Strangely enough, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue has been the setting of numerous ghost stories throughout history, many of which involve Abraham Lincoln. First Lady Grace Coolidge supposedly saw President Sixteen's ghost looking out the Oval Office's window. Both Lady Bird Johnson and Eleanor Roosevelt claim to have felt Lincoln's presence while living there. Visitors like Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands and British Prime Minister Winston Churchill also allegedly saw ghostly figures they believe to be Lincoln's ghost. In addition to President Lincoln, Andrew Jackson, Abigail Adams, and various other political figures have supposedly haunted the White House.
I thought they were going to show like a ghost in his eye type of thing. Like that was kind of confusing right there. I can't even lie to you. Like that kind of confused me. Like, seriously? But yeah, no, honestly, that was interesting. I can't say like I'm blown away because it's not like a house tour. Like we got to tour something. All the house tour videos of like haunted houses, they're like entirely too long. And as much as I would love to sit and comment and about that, I'd rather, which is going to be a part of our double feature if you watch the next video, I'd rather comment on some things that I would do, like how that one lady turned that house into a Airbnb with where they were over there with the axe. Like, yeah. So yeah. Sorry that I'm not as chipper. Like I said, I am in shambles. I know what you couldn't tell when I said it the first time but I am in shambles right now. All I can think of is, man, I try to recover as much of that data off of this hard drive before I put a hole in it and trash it, because it's right here. This is a paperweight. Don't buy this. Wait, let me make sure. Do not buy this. This is a Western Digital Easy store. Don't buy this. I actually looked and seen. It's okay if you just want to back up stuff and move on. But if you're in need of something where you're going to back up, you're going to put stuff on it so you can keep data free off of your computer or whatever, you can't use this as an external device. It literally is something that you store some like some data on, your backups, whatever, and then you just put it away, because that's the best use that I've had out of it. When I was actually starting to use it to store videos, because I didn't want to just have all this stuff just on my computer, it clunked out. It just clunked out. So anyway, we're gonna move on from our trick and onto the treat. I probably should have led off with that. Man, that would have been really good. Just pretend that in the beginning, in the intro, I said we're gonna start off with the trick and end with the treat. All right, but yeah, see you guys. Well, I might not see you guys. So if this is the only video you watch of the double feature, I love you. Sorry, Matt. I stole your outro. I love you. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys later. Alligator.